Thanks for coming, everyone. Some of you, I think I met you for the first time. Just to begin, I just want to ask if you could briefly introduce your project and yourself, starting from maybe the hub.
For sure. Hello, everyone. So we're the hub, and we're building a platform to actually provide all the tools and services for the 3D internet. We're backed by Decentraland, Sandbox, and Polygon, and very happy to tell you what we're doing with Chainlink right here in Seoul.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Alan, and I'm the CEO of the Luxon. And we are building Web3 gaming platform on Polygon chain, and also making first game which onboarding on Luxon called Desperado. Nice to meet you.
Hey guys, I'm Sunil. I'm the co-founder of Loka Labs. We're building MarkX right now, and MarkX is a platform where any brands, communities can connect with creators so that they can license out their IP and create emojis out of it.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 한국이니까 션님께서 같이 통역 좀 해주실 겁니다. 네, 저희는 한국에서 아시아권의 이제 듀티 프리 디스트리뷰션과 트래블 에이전시 부분에 최상위 여행사로서 다양한 아시아권의 서비스들을 웹3 부분으로 연결하는 작업들을 하고 있습니다.
Okay, I'll translate for the Konnect project. They're based on a Web2 project, a company that focuses on travel businesses and as well as duty-free shops. And they are trying to pursue an onboarding of the Web2 individuals and communities onto Web3.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jesse from Altverse. Altverse is Web3 infrastructure for DID. We create DID for making verified user to enter into Web3 game specifically. So we are making DID platform that you can create your own digital identity. They can provide more benefit when you're joining to Web3 protocol or games. And eventually we make a world for marketplace where you can trade your Web3 game items and another tokens, etc. Thank you.
Okay, so next question. I have a few for the projects. Can I start with Loka Labs? Your platform is very interesting. I did a little bit of research, and it's sometimes, but it's not really easy to grasp. Meaning, like, it's not easy for people to understand, like, just by looking at it. If you can briefly, like, very simply explain what you do, and at the same time, focusing on the Gen AI. Because AI is the trend right now. You're doing a lot of things with the generative AI space with your platform. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So to start with, in terms of the protocol that we're building, it might be hard to grasp because it's more on the licensing side of the brands. So basically, brands can come to us, add their IP on chain, and we basically allow them to license that out to creators to create products out of it. But it's kind of broad when you say that. And when we are super young, it's hard for any creator to come and build multiple products on top of it. So what we are focusing on right now is emojis. We see that a lot of users, especially in Korea, there's a huge market of emojis, Kakao Talks using it, Lines using it. And in terms of Web3 communities too, a lot of communities engage in Discord, Telegram, and a lot of messaging app and use emojis. So we see that as like an opportunity where we can have creators create emojis for multiple communities out there. So if you're a gaming community, if you're a brand, if you're even a protocol like Chainlink, you can use our platform to have creators create emojis, and users and community members can use it. So that's basically what we are doing right now. In terms of the Gen AI side of things, since we are also creating a creators network, we know that for a lot of artists, it's hard to compete against AI. So what we are doing is we're creating a generative model that basically allows any IPs to be used and create a first frame of the emoji. so that the artists can now use that asset to create their divert version of the emojis that they want. So right now, one example is we just recently launched Petmon, which is basically you can upload a picture of your pet that converts that into a pet, Pokemon looking like pet, and then our creators would create emojis out of that, and then users would use it. So that's one model that we're going after, but we are also looking to onboard a lot of AI model people who can basically help the artist with the model of their art.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I guess generative AI is a space that's continuing to grow, and I believe that like I will see. I'm so curious. After a few months, I'll have the same conversation with you, and you'll have an expanded idea and more a different approach to what is there to come. So I guess like I think the emoji side is a market that's been growing for decades, and like it's still like I see that it's growing, and what you're doing is like very innovative in terms of what you're trying to grasp with the blockchain technology as well. So thanks. Next one I have for Jesse at Altverse. Altverse is a digital ID project. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you will see that not only blockchain, but like a lot of the industries are built very much swarmed with bots, and there's a lot of artificial transactions. There's a lot of like unknown identities, especially in the gaming sector as well. So we believe that digital ID is a space that will continue to expand. So that's something that Jesse, you're doing in the space. So my question was, what is exactly that you want to do in the blockchain space? And the question is, what made you choose this area of focus when you decided to jump into the blockchain space? And how are you trying to solve the questions and problems that exist out there?
Okay, thank you for the question. So I was so impressed by the speech from the Sergey. He speeched about truth and transparency. That's why we really believe in Web3, I guess. But the reality is really opposite right now. So they are saying there are Web3 gamers, 35 million Web3 gamers in the world from the report. But it says that on-chain, based on the analysis of on-chain, it's only 270,000. It's less than 2%. So so many bots or fake accounts are like snatching our tokens or NFTs or gaming items. Actually, that's very bad for the ecosystem, I guess. And our team truly believe that we want to build a transactional Web3 ecosystem, which means we should know who are our counterparties. That's how we can transact. Even though there are like a blockchain technology there, we cannot compete with scams or like fakers over the like opposite the world, or someone who trying to try to to do some bad things to us. So I mean, this DID, digital identity, is really pivotal things we should build, and we found that this could be really beneficial. For now, we found that the product market fit in the gaming industry right now, because there are so many gamings are, even though in this bear market, gaming protocols are very active in this market, and a lot of investment on gamings are increasing right now. So I guess we should have our own digital identity that you're trying to build instead of you create another MetaMask wallet to enter another protocol. That's what we are visioning to build. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a very clear and precise explanation. And my next question goes to Chris from Konnect. I believe Konnect has released the Android version and also iOS. Is it released? An iOS version of your app. And as far as I know, you have gained traction of getting over 30,000 users within a 2-week period. and about like 70,000 so far, or maybe it has increased. That's a lot of traction. My question is, it seems like you are directly connecting Web2's benefits to the Web3 community. And so that I want you to explain what type of membership benefits that you would have in your portfolio, and how that would benefit the Web3 community as well, and what the problems that you're trying to solve. Meaning that why blockchain? Why would you need blockchain to solve the problems that, or to enhance the situation of what you're putting in?
네, 저희 같은 경우는 일단은 전통 기업을 운영하면서 특히나 이제 해외 간 유통이라든가 다양한 여행객들을 대하면서 많은 문제점에 봉착을 했습니다. 그 중에 이제 가장 중요한 것 중에 두 가지가 있는데, 하나는 외화 간의 피아트들이 움직이면서 다양한 부분에서 이제 국가 간의 이제 규제 때문에 막히는 구간들이 굉장히 많았고, 세계화가 되면서 많은 사람들이 자율적으로 움직일 수 있는데도 불구하고 다양한 기업이나 정부에 따라서 움직이지 못하는 구간들이 굉장히 많았습니다. 네.
We've been in the traditional business for quite a bit of time, and we realized that there are issues with transferring money. And because of this, we have also thought that the bottleneck has always been of transfer of the transaction of fiat. And because of the fact that we're getting more globalized and there's a lot of transportation of items and also like human going from one place to another, but like in terms of financial transaction, this was an issue that we thought we needed to solve.
네, 그래서 해외 간 기업 간의 이제 뭐 결제라든가 아니면 회원 가입 같은 이제 DB에 대한 이제 복잡한 절차들을 이제 간소화시키기 위해서 특히나 웹3들을 차용했고, 또 다양한 아시아권의 국가의 이런 서비스들이 지금 웹3 쪽에서도 기술이 이제 어느 정도 안정화되었기 때문에 그 위에서 다양한 서비스들을 유저들한테 공급할 수 있게끔 만드는 것이 꼭 필요하겠다라는 생각을 했고, 그에 따라서 이제 웹3를 차용해서 저희가 지금 산업을 확장하고 있습니다.
So the blocker was always the remittance, settlement, and transaction issues when doing business and also transacting. So this was an area that the blockchain could be a solution for. And at the same time, there's a lot of a vast array of Web2 services that we can implement in terms of trying to solve the financial problems so that we could provide benefit in a more efficient way.
특히나 이제 한국은 금융 부분에 있어서 아시아권에서도 가장 선두권에 있고, K-팝이라든가 K-컬처, K-메디컬 등 다양한 아시아권의 문화 부분에서 선두 부분을 달리고 있습니다. 이런 부분들의 다양한 서비스들을 세계 여러 유저들한테 다양하게 공급할 수 있게끔 만드는 것이 이제 저희 회사가 지금 진행하고 있는 것입니다.
And Korea is also the epicenter of a lot of the medical benefits. There's a lot of tourists that coming into Korea for Korean medical services. Also, K-pop is very famous and it's worldwide, creating a wave. So a lot of the factors that we have here are the services that we can provide globally. So this is the focus of our attention at the moment. Okay, thank you. Next is the questions for, I have the same question for Luxon and also the hub. And I think I'll go with Luxon first. Is that what part of the blockchain technology excites you the most? Meaning that there must be a reason why you decided to jump into applying the blockchain technology in the game that you have. And also because I believe that you also have a very vast experience in the Web2 gaming industry as well. So I wanted to ask that question, and how would you like to drive your game or your project by using blockchain? And if you can explain what relationship or what implementation that you had with Chainlink solutions and how you're using it.
For the first thing, before we start this business, our team made Web2 gaming, especially mobile game. And when we see the Web2 and Web3 world, the major difference is the transparency. For example, in Web2 gaming, every user data is not owned by any person, but owned by a company. So there is no chance to get those kind of information in Web2 world. But in Web3 world, in the wallet, we can see all the user information transparency. So under those kind of situation, we try to build our platform called Luxon. Our slogan is "We read, we give." It means that if user connect their wallet on our website, based on the user transaction history, we give some meaningful NFT to those users. So for example, if a user has some experience in the Axie Infinity, based on those NFT purchase history, we give some our own NFT because we recognize those users as a potential our gaming user. So through this way, not just selling just NFT, but we want to get our potential user more gradually. Yeah. And for the second question, we are using VRF solution really nicely because in Web2 world, especially in mobile game, main business model is the random box called gacha. In gacha, it's always controversy to user because always good item have a rare chance to get. So every user always suspicious our probability table. But on Web3 world, by using VRF solution, we didn't make our own probability table of our items, but Chainlink give our chance of those probabilities. So by using those solutions, we are completely free from those kind of issues.
Thank you.
I would like to answer that question by talking a little bit about the industry and how we have come so far. I mean, if you think about it, the adoption of blockchain technology has been mainly focused on financial applications. It's of course the low-hanging fruit, and that's why we got, I mean, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the DeFi apps that came afterwards. But if you think about it, we've been in it like for what? Since 2010 until today, 13 years of only financial applications. However, the technology has really evolved to a point where the standards can be applied in different ways. And we think that this is linked mainly to one very human thing, which is called ownership, right? We talked about it with transparency, truth at the beginning of the talks, and humans like to own things, and that's a very embedded thing that we have since many, many years. And I think blockchain technology can really allow us to show this ownership in the digital world. So we've all used the internet for many years. However, we have never owned anything that we do on the internet. I mean, we have our social media profiles, we have our gaming assets, but it's not ours. And everything is siloed in their own ecosystem. And essentially what blockchain allows us is to actually move these assets in a transparent way between virtual worlds. So the way we're implementing this, and together with Chainlink, we've been working with them for about 2 years already, started with creating oracles for land valuation. So we were a virtual real estate fund, bought lands and created algorithms to evaluate those lands. So we use Chainlink oracles to bring the algorithms on-chain. That's how we started. Also a financial application. But now we realize that we have this new wave of adoption coming with gaming. And as the guys were mentioning it here before, identity ownership is going to be very important. So we're going to be using CCIP essentially to bring assets cross-chain, mainly NFTs. So we have interoperable avatars that you can use in multiple virtual worlds. And through CCIP, we want to pretty much take these avatars and move them between worlds. We also created tools to build 3D instances. So these 3D instances that you build in a 3D, so to say, modeling environment, you can then also take from different virtual worlds to others and also to different blockchains. So that's how we're leveraging it, and really excited about the future together with Chainlink.
Thank you so much. Last question is like a brief, if you had like a 1-minute pitch about your project. If you don't, that's okay. But if there's anything that you want to mention before you go, it would be great. Nobody has, like, Desperado, is it coming up? Like, okay.
I can go ahead.
Yeah.
네. 저희는 지금까지 해온 것처럼 아시아권에서 가장 강력한 인프라와 다양한 실물 서비스들을 들고 있습니다. 그래서 여기 있는 다양한 체인링크와도 다양한 기술 협약을 통해서 확장을 하고 있지만 웹3의 다른 전략적 파트너들과 함께 실물 서비스들의 확장을 통해서 다양한 유저들한테 다양한 서비스들이 확장되는 걸 목표로 하고 있습니다.
Okay, we are working really hard to expand our presence in the APAC market, especially, and we have actual tangible services that we provide to the users. So we are not only partnering up with Chainlink itself, but at the same time, if you have any suggestions or ideas, we'd love to have an interaction with you and also see if we can create any synergy together going forward. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Thank you.